Here we presents the top 5 best computer speakers. Starting at number 5, Logitech Multimedia Speakers C200. Usually, the integrated speakers aren't that large and not that noisy. That's among the greatest issues with cellular devices like PULSE and laptops. Handling this problem is Logitech C200 speakers. The speakers contain 2 PC speakers, put in a real mix 10 watts increase of sound. To begin with, the speakers are modern, appealing and looking. One excellent advantage that it provides may be easy to use the strategy of play. Insert the port into the notebook or smartphone that facilitates a 3.5mm port interface. Enjoy your audio to a different degree. It does also. The speakers have a high-powered search. With nearly 15 display requires only its power. Another function that it entails is, whenever you enhance the quantity it won't get buffered. Ensures you in receiving the highest quality audio at high and reduced noise levels. That produces no disturbances when enjoying your preferred music. The bass of those audio collections is just a boost. Since, in general, Logitech C200 may mix every border. But that's also not the main fear. You'll have a pleasant experience with this particular. Why is the Logitech C200 Media Music Speakers is an excellent pick. Their 10-watt peak power could be a good update to get a notebook user. They're never as effective as a few of the more versions. The design includes an original style having a plastic housing. They certainly will use just about all kinds of products. They make use of a 3.5mm port connection. The design provides bass and quantity handle, and shows a handy headphone port. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. At number 4. Creative Pebble V2. Creative's Pebble V2 desktop speakers offer a powerful, yet small footprint, solution to desktop speakers with up to 16 watts of power, all powered by USB. There is definitely more shift towards treble in regards to treble and bass balance. This is most likely due to the speaker's small size. It would be nice to have a little more bass, but it is still impressive for the amount of bass that these speakers manage to produce for the form factor. I have found that having the volume turned up a little helps with having more pronounced bass, as this is likely due to the fact that the subwoofer is passive. Unfortunately, USB only provides power to the speakers. You'll still need to plug in the 3.5mm O cable into your device. It would have been great to see these speakers have the flexibility to work solely from USB for both power and audio, but for the price, you can't fault them. The 4 feet length of the non-removable cables are long enough for me to connect the speakers to a desktop computer on the floor, and, of course, a laptop on a table. One thing that I would have liked to have seen was the choice to adjust the speaker position with a switch on the speakers, as the speaker with all the connectivity is fixed to be the right speaker in relation to stereo sound. If you're looking for a pair of desktop speakers to improve your listening experience on a budget, Creative's Pebble V2 speakers are a fantastic choice. They're fantastic value for money, and manage to provide a great sound for the form factor and price. Halfway of my listed number 3, GOgroove BassPULSE 2. 1. If you've been keeping up with sound guys for a while, then these speakers might look familiar, and that's because we already reviewed the previous version of these a while back. The main difference between that version and this one? These are wireless. There are probably more similarities between the two than there are differences. The overall design and features are virtually identical, and besides the new Bluetooth 2.1 and the control buttons that come along with it, there isn't much else that's different. But that won't stop us from putting this new wireless version through the ringer the same we would with any other speaker. As a pair of computer speakers, you can connect them via 3.5mm to the headphone jack of your computer the same you would with the previous version. However, these also have the option to connect via Bluetooth 2.1. On the front of the woofer are 2 knobs that control volume and bass output, as well as a pulse button that turns the LED lights on and off. This was all present on the older version too, but due to being wireless, these now have some extra controls just below the pulse button. Now there are dedicated buttons for skipping tracks, replaying tracks, and pausing playing music. There's also a new mode button that lets you switch the inputs between Bluetooth and the 3.5mm cable. Either way, setup is super simple. For reference, the longest part of setting it up was taking them out of the box. For what they are, the GOgroove BassPULSE wireless speakers aren't a bad option if you just want some good computer speakers. They have a unique look, a decent Bluetooth connection, an easy setup, and also get pretty loud. Still, they're more of a niche product. If you're looking for speakers with extreme detail to listen to your lossless music files, these aren't for you. You're not going to hear never-before-heard details in your favorite songs, but you shouldn't have many complaints overall. In fact, for everyday usage, these are actually quite impressive, and the competitive price makes them worth consideration. Coming in at number 2. Audioengine HD3. Audioengine became staples on desks everywhere with the A2 Plus and A5 Plus speakers. The quality you get for the price is just hard to beat. They've released a few products this year, but the one that caught our eye was the HD3 speakers. They promised to take everything we loved about Audioengine and add Bluetooth functionality to it. So how do they work? Or are they a confusing mess that Audioengine should have skipped over? Audioengine has some great desktop speakers already, so why did they bother making the HD3s? And why should you get them? Easy. Bluetooth. These can connect to your phone or tablet with ease, and has apps for high-quality streaming. Of course, the main purpose of a pair of speakers like this is probably going to be for your desk or home audio setup, but having the option to switch to Bluetooth and maintain that high-quality sound is a handy feature to have. You can connect to a computer via USB, or to other audio equipment with the stereo input and outputs. There's also a small switch that reduces the bass in the HD3s if you decide to hook up an external subwoofer for a little more low-end. As far as range goes, the tiny antenna does a job, letting you stream up to 100 feet away with nothing in the way. With a few walls in the way, I was able to get to about 50 feet before stuttering occurred, which is more than fine for me. One thing that I found to be very impressive was how easily you can switch back and forth between sources. Switching between being connected via Bluetooth on my phone to my computer, which was hardwired, was seamless and not hard at all. Audioengine got it down perfectly. At $399, the HD3s cost just as much as the great HD5 Plus S, but are easily worth the money. The added Bluetooth functionality might not be your main priority when it comes to bookshelf speakers like these, but having the added functionality is always better than not having it. In this wireless future we're heading towards, there's really no reason to not get these if you're looking to embellish your desk with a future-proof pair of speakers. Of course, there are plenty of other options for high-end listening experiences, and though I know $400 isn't cheap, I wouldn't exactly consider these premium either. Not when you can easily spend thousands on speakers for something like a studio. For the price, these are a great addition to any setup that doesn't already have a great pair of speakers. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. And number 1. Audioengine A5 Plus. For years, Audioengine's A5 Plus powered speakers have been regarded as some of the best desktop and bookshelf speakers you can buy. Audioengine designs and manufactures everything in the speaker from the ground up. It's a bona fide audiophile grade speaker. Recently, in 2018, Audioengine released the A5 Plus wireless speakers, which are essentially identical to the Audioengine A5 Plus speakers, just with built-in Bluetooth, so you can stream music. No need to wire the speakers up to a computer, CD player or turntable to play music, although you still can. Sometimes the volume of the speakers and your smartphone speakers gets a bit mixed up. If the volume of the smartphone is really low, it can be basically impossible to turn the volume up straight from the speaker. Also, the knob feel of the volume knob on the right speaker isn't the best we've felt. It's not a multi-room speaker, and there's built-in virtual assistant. The A5 Plus wireless speakers are nearly indistinguishable from the A5 Plus powered speakers you fell in love with years ago. Aesthetically, the only real change, aside from the Bluetooth antennae, is that the tweeter of each speaker is now centralized, instead of skewed to one side like on the A5 Plus. But they produce fantastic stereo sound and more versatile than ever. However you choose to listen to them, frankly, they're going to sound fantastic. At the $500 range, the A5 Plus wireless are really the cream of the crop when it comes to wireless bookshelf speakers. It's easy to stream high-res audio from your smartphone, tablet, or computer, or you can connect them to any of your existing hi-fi components. They're versatile, sound good with or without a subwoofer, and would look good in any living room or office. I have included these product link in the description. You can check out this link for more information and latest price. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe.